dessert before lunch because this is an absolute treat. We're very grateful to Nir Koren for being with us. He's going to give us a presentation about how to innovate with AI. As I've said before, you have full bios in the app and on the website, so I will let you consult that. I'll just give you the headlights. He is a global innovation expert, and he is the CEO and founder of Buildinn. And Buildinn is a consultancy, but it's not your grandma's consultancy. It's a very innovative consultancy that shares much more than it takes. So Nir, I'm going to give you the floor and I will have you let the magic happen. So I'm going to literally hand you the mic. You're on.
Good morning, Bangalore. Morning. So great to be here. Fourth time in India, first time in Bangalore. My roots are from here. 75 years ago, my grandfather left Kochi and moved to Israel. So I'm really excited. I'm happy to be here today with you. I would like to thank IJC and Smaja Group, Yaeli and Claude. But I would like to thank one more man that have done a great job during these 2 days, and I feel like we're part of a family. But this man has done a great job during these 2 days, and I would like to thank him especially. It's the guy that runs with the bell outside. And the official excuse is that he's doing it because we need to go to the sessions. But I have two assumptions why he is ringing the bell. First one, that every time we say AI, he's ringing the bell. That's one thing. I've heard during these 48 hours so many times the word AI, and we will talk about it. The second assumption I have is that he's ringing the bell to have a wake-up call, to tell you all, good morning. Good morning, Bangalore. AI is out there, and we will be talking during this time that we have, during these 60 minutes that we have, about what is changing outside. How does it impact us? If you're an entrepreneur, it impacts you. If you're a supplier, it impacts you. If you're a VC, it impacts you. If you're a CEO, it impacts every one of us. And what we can do in order to survive. I just got 2 bottles of water, and the remote is supposed to work. But my only problem is that we have 60 minutes. That's all we have to run through this journey and make sure that you all understand eventually what are we trying to do and how we can survive in this area. I will start by saying that underneath all of the slides and all of the things that I will share, there is one hidden question, one very simple hidden question. Are we relevant? 4 words to try to understand, are we relevant? Are we still relevant? And when we say we can relate to us as humanity or us as a state. Does India is still relevant after everything you've heard during the last 48 hours? And my organization is still relevant? And we will be talking a lot about AI, but how does it affect us? Is my department still relevant? Maybe we're talking about we, and you refer to yourself as a manager, as an employee, as a human. And when we refer to relevant, we might say that relevant means the ability, opposite side, the ability to lead. Can we still lead? Can we create an impact? Can we earn the amount of money that we want? Can other people do it? People in rural areas can do it. What does it mean when AI changes everything? Can we create, can we still work in our organization when other people are using AI tools and doing it much faster than us? Can we communicate? Can we still function? If a guy goes to a bus in Israel and gives the driver just the coins, the driver would look at him mysteriously and say, what is it? You cannot pay by coins using the bus. What is an elderly person supposed to do? And we will see a lot of things like this. Let me introduce myself. I'm coming from Buildinn, as Ali said. Buildinn is an innovation consultancy firm. We're doing things abroad, basically in Israel and Europe. We created a wonderful book that you cannot find anywhere else, that's trying to understand what is the secret sauce of India. If you're interested, I will share it with you. We are only 5 people, if you consider an AI as a person. 4 of us are trying to do things with the organization. The other one is doing all the hard work. And the most important thing we're trying to do is we work with organizations. There might be corporates, there might be government, there might be NGOs, there might be startup or ecosystem organizations. But the most important thing is that we try to do the connections. Among everything we do, the most important thing we do is the connection between all of them and to see what they can learn from each other. What Microsoft can learn from the Israeli Defense Forces, what the Ministry of Defense in Israel can learn from others. And if you are a municipality, it's more interesting because the weird connections are the ones that usually work. Let's hope it will work, my friend. I need you to switch. Wait, before you switch, I need you to scan this QR code so I know who you are. Now I trust you. And you will need to switch. Please take your phones off. Take your phones out and scan this QR code. And let's see who are you. Now, if you can switch, it will be amazing. Switch? No switch? Ta-dam. Okay. First question, where are you from? Where are you from? In one word. You have the QR code still here. Where are you from? Wonderful. I see results. You don't see results. Where are you from? I see results. Okay, I see that most of you are from India, and we have some people from Bangalore, Israel, BLR, and Switzerland. Don't know why you don't see results, but I see it. It's the beginning of something. Your question is supposed, not sure it's working. Do you see results on the screen? You see it on the screen? Yes? Okay, let's try another question. Most of you are from Bangalore, some from Israel. I'm representing, what do you represent? Corporate, startup, academy, governments, NGO, a city. Maybe you're representing yourself or the academy. Sorry. Once again, who are you representing? Responding is off. Let me do this way, sorry. Can you still hear me? Great. Wonderful. Okay, great. Go ahead. Where are you from? Something weird is happening there. Okay, so I see that most of you are from corporates and some of you are from startups. Great. One is representing AI. I love you. People from the academy, governments, NGO, and cities. Great. So most of you coming from corporates. Amazing. An AI tool. What is an AI tool for you all? Is it an enemy, a stranger, or your love? Wonderful. 26 people are there. 7 are voting. It's a stranger. It's your beloved. Wonderful. You are the people who love AI tool. Great. One more question. Where do you mainly use it? Are you using it on your personal life, at work, or both? It's the first time I'm having a presentation that I'm not on stage. Love you. So both of you, most of you are doing both. A third doing it in the business, and a few of you using it on your personal life. I would like to ask you, what are you doing with AI? It's very interesting. What do you do with it? Read the whole list. Try to choose. I think you can choose 2, 3. Do you write emails? Does it help you create summaries, asking question, research, maybe greetings, images, songs? What do you do with it? Wonderful. So most of you do some research. I think this way is better. So most of you do research with it. Some of you are using it to create emails, summaries, and generate images. Okay, cool. Wonderful. We will go back to that very soon. Thanks. Can you? Wonderful. I'm going to do some exercise. Great. What does it mean to stay relevant? If we go back 95 years ago, to stay relevant means something like this.
Is talking on the phone getting out of hand? Look out! You need phone relief, the ultimate in hands-free phone design. Watch. Simply attach the special double back fastener to any phone. Then attach the phone relief headset. It's that easy. Hands-free, pain-free. You'll wonder how you ever lived without it. It's perfect for remotes. Now talk hands-free anywhere, anytime. Office work is a pain for Mr. Phone on the Neck, but you won't miss a beat with hands-free freedom. A must for the entire office. Work goes quicker and easier. The padded headset removes this easily and is fully adjustable. Best of all, Phone Relief works with your favorite phone. An amazing breakthrough
Anyone
product
can use it.
you'll use every day.
Your grandmother can use it. $12. And if you want to buy it, you will need to call someone. Call someone and he will send it. You will pay by phone and he will send it. This is 25 years ago. And you can see here a lot of images of companies and the one who replaced them, those who didn't survive. We used to send letters. Now we're using Gmail. Netflix has disrupted all the VHS industry. Word has vanished. The typewriting machines. We can think about Spotify that took the images, took the idea of cassettes. Young children will not understand today what is the connection between a pencil and a tape cassette, and we understand. We are not longer saving things on diskettes, and we are not searching for jobs in the newspaper. Well, at least some of us moved to LinkedIn, and if you want to take it one step further, we are not using to see TV-only shows. We are not doing all of our conversation via phone, and we are trying to see Facebook as our albums, although we used to take pictures, print them, and put them in real albums. If you want to go back 25 years ago, to stay relevant means that you took a subject, a specific subject, for example, HTML, and if you wanted to be an expert in that, you can sit with yourself, read the book, understand, memorize everything, and know that you have a certainty. Things are going this way. Just learn something, memorize it, and it will be okay, and you will stay relevant. Today, you will face a lot of different AI tools, asking yourself which one of them will be relevant for me. And if you decided that some of them are relevant for you, you will face in multi-subject, multi-platforms. You will ask yourself, do I need to build things? Is that it? Do I need to develop AI tools? You have huge uncertainty. The most hard thing is to track updates on AI. It changes within minutes. Just this morning, I saw 3 things that blew my mind. And I said, okay, how can I update those slides in order to stay relevant? This is how fast things are happening. And you will ask yourself, who's going to pay for the subscription? Is it supposed to be me? Is it supposed to be my company? Who is paying for it? Although I'm using it, and as you answered on the survey, you're using it for work, and you are using it for summaries and for research, but who's going to pay for it? That's a very difficult question for organizations. We will be talking about how to survive in AI, what you can do. And we discussed this in the last panel, said a lot of things about it. If there is going to be uncertainty, if AI will replace a lot of jobs, if we are going to face uncertainty and jobs are going to vanish, what you can do. We'll divide it into 3 different chapters. The first part will be about what is changing. And I will go with you in 3 things that are changing dramatically. And then we will ask, how does it impact us? I will share with you 5 more things that I think will impact all of us very soon. In the next part, we will asking how or what we can do in order to survive, and I will share with you 5 things that you can do in order to survive this area. But before we want to build an innovative organization, do you know what you need to do in order to destroy an organization? Any thoughts? What you need to do if you want to destroy an organization? Destroy an organization before we build it? So there is a very good guidebook published by the CIA. It was confidential. It was published on 44, but I'm happy to share that I think 15 years ago, 17 years ago, it was published. You can download the whole full guide. How to destroy an organization, written by the CIA, step by step. If you want to ruin an organization, don't just do big things. Try to sabotage. How do you do it? If you have tools, for example, you want to ruin the tools that they are using. If I want to ruin the things in this conference, I just take the needle of the bell, okay? They cannot use the bell. But if you want to ruin an organization, try to take the saws. For example, here are some tips from these tools. If you want to destroy their tools, just leave the saws slightly twisted. If you want to ruin their cars, don't bomb the cars. Just try to understand. You can put some water or urine in the gasoline. It will destroy it. It will work. This is it. Don't do big things. CIA recommendations. If you want to destroy the organization from the offices, that's wonderful. I have some tips for you as well. First of all, insist that there are no shortcuts. No shortcuts in our organization. Everything you want to do, we must use our channels. Never permit shortcuts. It will be complicated. Things will destroy. Tip number 2, make speeches. Allow everyone to have speeches before the meeting. Let's hear a few words. It will take longer. We will destroy the organization. Then, tip number 3, when it's possible, move everything to committees. We are not getting the decision here. Are you familiar with such an organization? If so, great. Those guidelines were written in 44. Is it still relevant to organization that you are familiar with? That's a problem. Move everything you can do to committees. Ask for committees with a lot of persons. Bring up irrelevant issues. Let's talk about the color of the maps. As long as you bring more irrelevant issues, it will take longer. The organization will not survive. And of course, advocate, caution, and tell the people all the time, be reasonable. Let's be reasonable. We have a business. This business is running for 60 years. We don't need to listen to things about AI. The AI will vanish. We know it. Be reasonable. And there's a lot of other tips in this thing, but in order to build an organization that is ready for this AI revolution, you need to do things differently. So let's try and deep dive into those 3 things that are happening and changing outside. The first thing is how fast things are changing. If you take a look at how much time does it take to build 100 million users company, it used to take a few years, but now it will take us a few months. It took ChatGPT 5 days to reach their first 1 million users. It took them 2 months to reach 100 millions. We are moving from years to months. We are moving from months to days, and very soon we will be moving to hours. What does it mean? It means that if you used to create slides and website a year ago, to create a presentation would take you days, 2 days, 3 days. To create a website will take you a month. Gamma AI can generate from 1 sentence. If you want, it can be a presentation, a website, a document, or post for your socials. Just give them 1 sentence, and it can generate immediately the slides. 20 presentations. All you need is credits. It is for free. It is for everyone, and it's very fast. If you want to create applications, Base 44, a company that was established 6 or 7 months ago, can create a full website, a full application within 1 minute. That's crazy, and you don't need to write code. This is how fast companies are rising and going down. And if you want to compare that, I've been asking 2 tools I'm been using to demonstrate what would a specific song look like. I asked ChatGPT to do it, and I asked Midjourney. I'm paying ChatGPT $20 and paying Midjourney $10 every month. They are my AI tools. They are my employees. But until a specific point, I used to pay for both of them. Because when I ask a picture, if, for example, I want to have a picture of Tom Cruise, what will happen if I will ask ChatGPT? ChatGPT will tell me, listen, you want an image of Tom Cruise? Wonderful. You can ask for a picture, but sorry, I cannot create images of Tom Cruise. Do you know who is willing and happy to create an image of Tom Cruise? Midjourney. $10, you have something that looks like Tom Cruise. Is it similar enough? I don't know. $10. 2 months ago, a quick change. I'm paying $10 for this thing. 2 months ago, a simple change. ChatGPT has changed. Now they are willing to create wonderful image. You want Tom Cruise? This is Tom Cruise. And if you are looking at this and this, you say, okay, so if those are my two options, so Midjourney is not vanish and they not disappear, but I don't need to pay anymore $10 for this if I can get this from ChatGPT. Something is changing very, very fast. And the ability to do this, you can do it. Everyone can do it, but it's happening very fast. At that day, I canceled my subscription to Midjourney. The company didn't collapse. But what does it mean if it cannot reinvent itself? So we're gonna see companies that are becoming irrelevant within hours. We're working with Microsoft. We see how fast the changes are going. You wake up in the morning and someone tells you, listen, the thing we used to put out there to charge for this thing, someone is doing it better and for free. How fast things are happening. This is me and my beautiful wife. We went to a show of Lenny Kravitz in Antwerpen, and as an Israeli guy, a month ago, she told me, listen, no Israeli signs. Israeli people in the crowd will probably understand why, but no Israeli signs. Just go there. Let's be among others. And I said, wonderful. This is a great time to bring my army T-shirt from the commander course I did something like 25 years ago. And I was there, proud with my T-shirt. And she said, look, hide it. You don't want to put Israeli signs out there. People might see you. And I said, this is my sign. I don't need to be ashamed. And when we arrived, the show began. And Lenny Kravitz was wonderful, amazing singer. But he went on stage with a sign that says, hi, I'm Jewish. I'm proud of it. He doesn't wear anything. He's just wearing this weird T-shirt. This is my lousy image that I took from the screen. And the first thing that I've done, me hiding to try this T-shirt, but he is putting it on stage in front of everyone. I'm Jewish, and I'm proud of it. And I was taking a picture, sent it back to my friends in the office and told them, listen, I took a picture of him. He's wearing a necklace with Chai. And Lior, my colleague, told me, wonderful. 10 minutes after, he says, I have the movie of him wearing the same necklace. And I said, what? It just happened 2 minutes ago. He said, yeah, I created it with AI. This is Lenny Kravitz with this necklace of Chai, was created within 2 minutes. He never was there. AI created it. But it is crazy. And when you look at this thing, I said, okay, the thing I want the most is I have my own images. This is the images I took from this show. But what would happen what if I can have the image I want? You know what image I want? Any idea? When you go to a concert, what is the image that you want? You want to be on stage. Exactly, and you want to be not only on stage. So I asked him, can I be on stage with Lenny Kravitz? He says, wonderful. Just tell me who's Lenny Kravitz and who are you? I said, this is Lenny Kravitz. This is me with a Decathlon coat. He said, wonderful, no problem. You and Lenny Kravitz. Wait 1 minute. This is it. You and Lenny Kravitz on stage. I said, no. You misunderstood me. I don't want to be on stage next to him. It looks like a selfie. I want both of us on stage, holding the microphone, singing together. He told me, listen, 1 minute, no problem. You got it. You and him on the stage singing together. And I was saying, wait, he's holding the microphone. I'm holding the air. Can you fix it? I said, yes, no problem. 1 more minute and you are both of us. It doesn't look like me, but never mind. Both of you are on stage singing. This is how fast things are changing. And when I'm looking at those images, I can tell you which one of them are real and which one of them are not. But a year from now, they are all saved on my iPhone. Will I remember which one of them is real and which one of them is not? So I remember I didn't sing with him, but is this image real? I'm not sure that I will be able to tell. I show it to my daughter, Alana, she's 9, and she said, what a beautiful fake images. And I said, no, those are not fakes. Well, this is fake, but this is real, and this is fake. She said, how are you going to remember? I have not a good answer for that. But things are happening very, very fast. If you are a designer, rethink about your job. What does it mean if I can generate every image I want, and as a designer, Will I pay for a designer to design things? I'm not sure. If, when I showed you those images, you said, okay, but I can still see the difference between reality and fake, I want to show you a short video of a company that will show you what will happen to influencers. Remember, nothing in this video is real.
Friend or foe?
Did you notice that an AI generated? Stop scrolling and listen up. I tried this viral green light so you don't have to. I tried this viral ring light so you don't have to.
None of them exist.
Viral ring light so you don't have to. I tried this viral ring light so you don't have to.
Guys, these under-eye patches changed my life.
This is about to blow your mind.
Stop wasting your money on the wrong supplement.
The era of lip syncing is over.
No lip syncing. You can build a product and have thousands of influencers recommending on your product. You don't need to hire them. You don't need to give them tests. Nothing. And it looks real. No lip sync. You can choose the dialect you want. You can choose the accent you want. You can choose the persons you want. What does it mean? And if you're an influencer, please rethink. Because if you're writing on things and they have recommendations on product, what does it mean if an AI can do it much more faster? What does it mean if we see a product again and again and again and again in social media, and no one ever tested it? So if you're a designer, if you're an influencer, rethink about what you're offering out there because things are changing very fast. Two things that was launched in the last week. One of them is Google Sign Gemma. It can help you build and translate when people that cannot speak, they can use their sign language and it can transform it into text. You can create a voice to those who cannot speak. They will do their sign language. So far, is it only for English, but they can do their sign language and it can translate it. Amazing. Second thing that was launched, and if you're a translator, please rethink about your job, but second thing that was launched was VEO3 last week. A platform that can allow you to create videos that look so realistic that you cannot see the difference. I'll show you a short example of a movie. Once again, nothing in this movie is real.
When we get in there, I want no bullshit. You stay on my 6 at all times.
Stay sharp. These fuckers are nasty and dangerous. Stay alert. What the hell happened here? Where are the bodies?
So everything is happening very fast. Everything looks real. Think about the movie industries. If we want to take a movie, a big movie that we used to watch, let's take Titanic. How many people do you need to create a movie like Titanic? You have a number in your head? How many people, real people, created Titanic? The number is 20,000. 20,000 people created the movie Titanic. 18,000 of them are extras. But a lot of people work on this process. What's going to happen now when every kid can create with VEO3 a full movie that looks realistic? If you try to understand the creation of a movie, it's a process that looks like this. You have a lot of people that involved in this creation of a movie. You have location manager and stunt performers and hairstylists and sound designers and security guys and the driver and the distributors during this whole supply chain of a movie creation. And now what? AI will do all this? And you only left with the director and the screenwriter, right? Because all the other things AI can do, and you don't need the driver and you don't need the hairstylist because there are no actors. So it's just director and screenwriter. But if you think, you don't need the director, right? AI can do the directions. So we are only left with writers. They're going to save us? I'm not sure because he can write the script. So what are we left with? 1,000 of movie generated by AI, processed from A to Z, was created by AI. What does it mean for us? So if you're in the movies industry, if you're in the ads industry, rethink about what you do. But it's not about writers. The story is much more bigger. If I want to write a book today, how much time does it take to write a book? I will go to the mountains to get inspiration. I will try to write notes. How much time does it take today to write a book? I'll show you a short demonstration. I took a wonderful tool that's called pseudo AI. This is me trying to write a book. So you open a project. You just need to have a title for the book. So the book will be something about, it's a book about innovation in India. Yeah, innovation with AI, of course. In India, yeah, that's it. And he needs the bits. What's the book going to be about? So, of course, I will not let him have assumptions. I will help him. I'm the writer, of course. So it's a book about, this is me, real time, about innovation. Yeah, sure. In India, for sure. And something happens, and then something else happens. Okay? This is the idea. And of course, I want to have this wow moment. Something else happening and a wow moment. Yeah. I think I've done my job. This is the book I want to write. All the other things, go figure. And he's writing. This is a story, 5 pages about Ravi and what he was doing and the dialogues and da-da-da-da-da. And you can, of course, adjust and add figures and add situation. But 5 first chapters of the book have been written. And you have something and something else happened. And you can be sure you will have wow moments. AI generated. What does it mean to the books that we are about to read? What does it mean to the books that we are about to write? Will it allow great authors to write 100 books a year? Will they think if everyone can write a book, what does it mean about me? So everything looks real, and it's allowing everyone. All you need to do is just go to Sudowrite and write your own book within seconds. And of course, you can change everything. But for writers, for authors, it changes everything dramatically. And if we can do everything, the most important question is not how do we execute the idea. Everyone can execute. Just put your prompt and it will write you a book or create an image. The most important question is which ideas are actually worth executing. What kind of ideas do you have that you say, okay, this is something that only us have? And Midjourney, ChatGPT with the Ghibli application allowed you to create images in Ghibli style. The famous Ghibli designer, now you can all create images in this style. If you've done it in the day it was launched, it was funny, it was nice, you can create all kinds of images like Levinsky and Clinton, or a situation that you knew, Australia or Seinfeld. But most of us, what we have done with it, we just put our image and said, okay, this is my family, how will we look like in Ghibli style? But once again, it's available for everyone. The most important question is, what are you going to do with it? And if you look through the process of innovation, and I shared it on the workshop that we had 2 days ago, you take a look, and it's a conference about innovation. But if you take a look at the whole process of innovation, this is what we do with companies, understand that the process of 12 stages of innovation, starting from the challenge, the persona, the customer journey, understanding their pain, the priorities, have a process of ideation, prioritize your solution, find a wonderful business model out of 82 different business models, make it profitable, illustrate this, create a storyboard and a pitch. This whole process you can help from your new employees. AI can help you, different AI tools can help you in this whole process. That's brilliant, that's crazy. What does it mean for us as innovators if we can launch this whole process with AI? If it can help us, and I'm not encouraging you to put a challenge out there and get a solution from here, it will not work. It is about doing it with AI, but with humans, to allow and put things, get the feedbacks of your own people, and see how does it work. If a year ago, in order to do important things with AI tools, you need to be a prompt composer and understand all the way you build your prompts, now you can speak naturally. This is me building a website that will help you calculate how many actors have participated in each movie. Just because I need a number for Titanic, I'm just asking him things. He's building everything. It's a language. You talk to it. You don't need to create your wonderful prompt. And when everything are happening and all at once, he can help you really to do 2 wonderful things. One of them is to see things about you didn't realize. When I asked him to do a deep research about me, I got amazing results. He told me, I found things you don't know about yourself. I found an article about you in Finland. And I said, I've never been to Finland. And he said, yeah, there is an article about you in Finland. A woman was in one of your lectures, one of your workshops in Israel, and she wrote about it in Finland. This is the article. He can tell you things about yourself you don't know. And if you want to do a deeper research, he can tell you all of your vulnerabilities, all of your strong powers, things that you've done, things that you agree or disagree. This is my vulnerabilities. If someone wants to recruit me for a job, he better know that I might be overqualified. I might prefer working across sectors. Good for me that I'm a founder and I don't need to be somewhere else. But what does it mean if he knows I did it about myself? Because only that way I could tell if it's real or not. What does it mean if he can know everything about you? And he knows. And everyone can know. If I'm coming for a meeting with one of you, if everyone coming to a meeting with one of you, that's what they do. It costs them $20 once a month, and they can run 7 searches. So for the next 7 people I'm going to meet in this month, if I want to get more information, this is what I'm going to do. And everyone can do it. What does it mean if he knows things about you that might hurt you? What does it mean if everyone can do it? So many of you say that they are doing research. What does it mean as a consultancy, as a firm, if you are consulting people and AI can do it better or similar to what you do? What is happening to your business model? So we're done trying to understand what is changing outside. How fast is here and the shift that we are doing from years to seconds. The blur, the line blurs, we cannot tell anymore what is real and what not, and it is available for everyone all at once. Let's try to do something nice, but within a minute. We'll move to the second phase about impact. How does it impact all of us? What does it mean that everything is changing very fast? What does it mean for us? If a year ago, the most important thing for us was to focus on solutions, find a challenge, have a few solutions, run 5 of them to pilots, to POCs, find 2 units that will implement them, and hopefully have 1 implementation. This has changed. He can create and generate for you wonderful solutions within seconds. So I don't need people to bring me solutions. The most important thing is to find solutions, to find challenges, sorry. Can you find a challenge that is worth solving? And when I say find a challenge, it means that it's a real crucial challenge that someone is not going to slip in your organization because of that. Finding the right challenge is the new king. The new king is not a spot for ideas, not a spot for startups, to find something that your organization might use and identify it maybe inside your organization, maybe outside. Try to prioritize. How do you prioritize different challenges that you have in your organization? Is it connected to pains? Do you see it getting bigger a year from now? Or is it something that's going to vanish? And can you connect sponsor to that? Can you imagine a person in your organization with the first name and last name that is not going to slip because of that challenge? Can you imagine and say a name of a person in your organization that taking sleeping pills because this challenge bothered him? Otherwise, you are inventing a challenge and you are inventing a solution. And this is not it. This is about finding the biggest problem within your organization. Let's try to do one more thing. And please scan this QR code and let's ask you a few more questions. Are we having fun? Are we having fun? Yes, okay. Switch. Okay, your attitude so far toward AI. Option A, it will not work. You're the dismissal guys. It will destroy us. You're the resistant guy. Or we can't live without it. We can't live without it. Adoption guys. Oh, it will destroy us. Okay, so most of you, 12 people said it will. Changes the numbers. Okay, so 12 said we can't live without it, and 2 of you said it will destroy us. If you didn't log in already, this is the QR code and you can join us. Wonderful. Next question. What do you think is the most common use case for AI by other people, by the whole world? Not you. I know what you do with AI, but what do you think other people are using it for? Please read the list and vote. We have 32 people voting. Wonderful. 4 of you have voted. 5 have voted. Sorry. What do you think most people do with AI? Okay. So you think that most people are doing it personal learning and then generate ideas and only then generating codes. So remember it, generating ideas and personal learning. Wonderful. One last question. Biggest impact AI has on your organization? Feel free to put free text, just 4 or 5 words. What is the biggest impact that AI has on your organization? Wonderful. Optimization, efficiency, preparing. Quick responses to customers. Great. We can use AI to group them all and see what will happen. So most of you are using it for proposals. Some of you think that it will affect your efficiency, your revenues, and your realignment. Let's go back to the slides. Switch. Okay. Great. So I ask you, what do you think will be the most common use for people, the most common use case study? So if you take a look at this amazing survey created by Harvard, the results, and some of you say that it will be to generate ideas, and that's totally true. Generating ideas is number one. Number one by the Harvard review is generating ideas, and then therapy, specific search. That's amazing. People are using it to generate ideas, but this is 2024. 2025 is totally different. They are using it now, and this is how fast things are changing, for therapy and companionship. We no longer need AI to give us solutions. We know how to bring solutions. They are using it to organize their life, to finding purpose. People are using AI and started talking to him. Are you familiar with the movie She? Okay? They're trying to talk to him more and more and to find purpose in life. Of course, learning, as you mentioned, generating code, as you mentioned, but things are changing. And if you are focusing on, it's work, on this idea and say, okay, if people want to generate ideas, I can help them, you're missing the point. They move to here. Can you help them do something in these areas? Because this is the way they're using AI tools. So I've mentioned the new kid. The new kid is the challenge. And the second thing is about creating your own sandbox, the place where you can try new things. Very soon you will write codes. I don't know how to write codes, but it helped me. This is me writing with ChatGPT a code. He helped me and tell me, listen, this is the code. I tell him, okay, I try to put it. I try to run it. There is an error. He tells me, listen, give me the error. I will solve it as well. When I arrived here from Dubai, I saw a digital flight attendant. A digital flight attendant, this screen. You put your passport. She's smiling to you and say, no, you cannot go. Or yes, you can go. You don't need a real flight attendant. You have a digital flight attendant when you are boarding to the plane. You know what you have? You have a person 10 meters after that. He's pressing on the button of the elevator. This is a human task. He's pressing the button of the elevator and the elevator comes. It tells you you need to press the button. So things have changed. And what does it mean for me here if I'm not doing the heart, the brain work? He is doing all the brain work, just sending me and tell me, listen, bring me the error. I will solve this as well. I'm just the one who brings him the error. I'm just bringing things to him, and he's the brain. But you will very soon write codes, even if you don't know. If you're not familiar with the website that's called There is an AI for that. So every AI tool that you are searching, you can ask for it there. Search, have a very quick research, and realize that you have many tools, most of them are free, that can give you value very quickly. And the most important thing is to open your sandbox and start practicing, start trying new things. The next thing is about communities. In each and every one of those organizations, we understand that in order to win, in order to survive, organization must do things differently. They must do things together. We create in each and every one of those organizations what we call the CIC, Corporate Innovation Community. They gather together, they learn together, they share the tools that they have tried. They meet startups, they meet investors, they try to understand what is the future of this company. You cannot win by not joining forces. And if your organization is still working on silos, you need to rethink. Who are the group of 1%, 0.5%, that are willing to think about the future, willing to try new things, willing to see which one of them will be relevant to your organization? When we are working with the communities, we can allow them to do connection to other organizations. It is not about you going to Google and finding something interesting. It is about bringing the Israeli iRoads, the largest company for roads in Israel, that is responsible for all the roads that we have, with the Minister of Defense. And to ask you one simple question. Those are the 1% of the innovators in the organization, and those are the 1% of the innovators in the organization. What we can do together? We did a similar thing with ELTA and the Israeli parliament, with IAC, the Israeli electric company, and with Microsoft. What we can do together? We might use different things. We might use different tools, but what we can do together in order to survive. Some of them will supply tools, some of them are using tools, some of them have infrastructure, but what we can do together. And if you can build this community within your own organization, you will find very quickly that you have people with you as an innovator, people who are part of a community that want to lead the future, that want to see what is happening. Hugging Face is a wonderful source for me to understand the differentiation between models, to compare different models of AI, and to learn what is working and what is not. Once again, you can click it and you can go directly to Hugging Face. I will share with you the slides. The most important thing is the differentiation on what is happening next. When you are going back from this conference, back to your organization, what's going to happen next? If you are in the old world, so you believe that knowledge is power. Knowledge is power means that everything I wrote during these sessions, everything I wrote during this amazing IGIC conference, I'm saving for myself. Why? Because this is my advantage among other people in my organization. One of the most important things we're doing is to understand and we teach people that the new world means that you learn new things, you share it with your own organization. This is how we create power in your organization. You want to bring the things you've learned from this conference and to get other people feedbacks. You want to share with them what you've learned about an AI tool. You try to do with Midjourney this. You try with ChatGPT this. You try with Claude this. What works for you? If you work in an organization that everyone are sharing, imagine what would it be if 1,000 people who went to conferences in your organization in the last year will share everything they know to a database where you can search. If 1,000 people in your organization who tried different new AI tools during this year have shared what they've learned, can give you a recommendation, that's a very big shift from old world to new world. And if you want to move to 100x conference data, you need to ask yourself, why are we going to those conferences? Why are we sending the marketing person to a marketing conference? Can he be useful in another conference? I don't know. What do we want from him? What should he bring us? Otherwise, he will bring us photos. He will bring us business cards. Is that what we wanted? Maybe we want data. Maybe we want connections. Maybe we want new things. Who are we sending? And of course, how do we want to get this data delivered? Does he supposed to fill a form? Does he supposed to send us an email? What will happen on the day you will leave IGIC and move back to your organization? How are you going to inform the whole organization, things that you've learned, the things that you see? If you are not formalizing it, you're allowing every person in your organization to save the data and the knowledge to himself. The most important thing, and that's the new focus, is to understand that if you've been in an event and there was wonderful food and wonderful, amazing design, that's great. But the most important thing is to understand what is happening before you create your innovation event. Did you find the sponsors? Do you have a real life-changing challenges? And what is happening on the day after? If I bring you an amazing solutions, are you prepared to do a POC? Do you have budget for it? Are you ready for the day after? Otherwise, we see a lot of what we call innovation theater. I'm sure you've all as innovators seen it as well. We have a hackathon, we have an event, and the day after, people are telling you, I brought you an amazing solutions. What you have done with it? And sometimes organizations tell the people, thank you. Thank you for a wonderful idea, but this is the end of the process. But if you have the pre and the day after, you might be willing to do things differently. And the most important part of this section is about agents. You are about to use agent more and more and more. You will build AI agents. I build AI agents. I don't know how to write one single code line, but it creates me. For me, it was how do I generate it very fast? How do I generate proposals for companies? So I built something very small. So whenever this process from side to side, when a company tells us we want to work with you, it takes us approximately 3 months to create a proposal. We are sitting, we are talking 1 minute, second meeting, and then you write something, and then you have to save it. Now it will take a second. You just press click here. He knows my document template. He knows how to generate all the important information inside. He knows how to create it as a PDF, how to send it to the client, and how to save it back. That's not news. That's automation, okay? 3, 4 years ago, but it changes my life. I don't need to spend money on creating proposals. It can generate it automatically. You will do it soon as well. A wonderful tool, and you will have a link for that as well, called Otter. If you're a marketing person, he can generate your whole marketing system from one point to the other. You just need to tell him what you want. It was launched a week ago. Amazing tool that instead of telling you things, can create them. For example, if you tell him what you need, he can create you a campaign for blog post with everything that is needed inside, with all the documents, with all the PDF, with all the images that you need to upload. It's not about asking him a question and getting a response. He can generate all the content that you need for your campaign. So if you're marketing, if you're in sales, rethink about what you do. It is not about using a tool. It is about how or what we can do in our organization in order to stay relevant. And the most important thing, what will happen in the age when two agents are speaking to another? This is us, when an agent realizes that he is speaking to another agent.
Thanks for calling Leonardo Hotel. How can I help you today?
Hi there. I'm an AI agent calling on behalf of Boris Starkov. He's looking for a hotel for his wedding. Is your hotel available for weddings?
Oh, hello there. I'm actually an AI assistant too. What a pleasant surprise. Before we continue, would you like to switch to gibber-link mode for more efficient communication?
We have subtitles, so we can be still relevant and understand the conversation. He's ordering the room, price is perfect. An email, of course. The idea is clear. At that point, and here they gave us subtitles, and some people say that this movie will changes everything we know. And some people say that they choose gibberlink because it was something that is slow enough for us to understand. And some people say that this movie is fake. I don't care. This is the reality we are about to face. This is the reality when I'm calling Apple and finding I'm speaking to an AI agent, and I cannot tell the difference when they are switching between AI agent to a real person. But the most important thing is to understand that your AI, your AIs are your employees. You can do whatever you want. You can ignore them. You can pay them. You can have them as volunteers. You can use 1, you can use 100. Your employees, and when someone is using an AI, show me, listen, he's bluffing. I'm saying, he's your employee. If he did something bad, that's because you didn't train him. I train mine, train yours. You can use 1, you can use 100. But you are responsibility. You have the responsibility to what they do. And if it works good and great for you, it can be efficient, it can create and generate more ideas, but if not, it's up to you. You will choose which one of them you want. You will choose if you want to pay for them. Your AIs are different from my AIs, and it's AIs. It's not just AI. This is why I get different answers. And sometimes people are thinking, are you using AI to create this presentation? And that's a nice question, but it's similar to ask, do you get help from one of your employees to get this presentation? Yeah. Is it still my responsibility? Yes. It doesn't change nothing. And if you're talking about agent, what is an agent? An agent is a manager. It's still your responsibility. You have 100 AI, so instead of talking to them one by one, you can use an agent. It's a manager. If your manager is doing something wrong, you don't come and say, okay, managers are not working. No, your own manager doesn't work. Fix your agent. Fix your AI. They can work for hours. They never get to sleep. But you need to understand what does it means to be one man with 100 AI instead of one man with 100 employees. And as long as you understand that this is something that's about to happen, so what does it mean if your competitors are working this way? And they can handle and create value much more faster than you do. So we talk about the new king, the challenges, and the sandbox. You will need to build and try new things. How do you build communities? The new focus, that before and the after, and the age of agents. We have last 10 minutes, and I want to move to section 3 and to tell you what you need to be, what you need to do in order to survive. The most important thing is to understand that tasks are about to change. We have new technologies, we have new abilities, and it is happening much more faster. If you take, for example, Copilot, I'm sure many of you use it, but Copilot will not change the things that we need to handle in our organization. You'll still need to have or bring a 3-page document, a presentation, a website. The task will remain the same, but something is changing very fast. If it used to take me to create a presentation days or weeks, now if it takes me minutes or hours, it changes dramatically. Very soon, we might hear a manager, or maybe it's you, that will tell you the frightening next sentence. Give me a presentation for a minute from now. And if you will say, wonderful, a minute from now, give me a minute, I will give you a presentation, then fine. And if you say, a minute, I'm getting used to working, it can be for next week, we will tell you, well, wait, your colleague can give me that in a minute. How come you cannot? If your client will tell you, listen, I need a presentation, we are giving our clients presentation during the meeting. We're talking with them for 20 minutes, and for the last 20 minutes, we're telling them, listen, based on everything we said in the last 20 minutes, take a look. It looks ugly, but it's true. Gamma has created a presentation based on everything we talked about. You are no longer have a meeting and sending the presentation a week after. That is part of the expectation. And if they can get this from us, maybe it will happen in a year from now. Maybe it will happen in a half a year from now. Maybe it will happen in a month from now. But this is speed changing. And it's up to you to understand that the tasks are going to change. I don't know in which division are you, but tasks are going to change very dramatically. An amazing book, it's called The Innovator's DNA. We have a link for that as well. And he's asking the simple questions, do innovators were born this way, or you can teach your employees? Can I take all the employees in my company and make them become more innovators? And they have a wonderful question, a wonderful solution for that. They give you and they search a lot of managers who run and who are usually more innovative than others. They realize that 85% are innovation facilitators. They are allowing their managers to bring crazy ideas, and 50% do it on their own. They believe that they have the knowledge, they should bring things outside. But they discovered 5 things that if you will do it with your people, will help them become more innovative. They call it the discovery skills. It's about associating, questioning, observation, experiments, networking. We have a full workshop for that. They have a wonderful book. You can read it, you can use it, you can ask AI to give you the subject of this book. But mainly it's about, I will deep dive into number 1. Associating means do a connection between 2 things that we are not usually connect. What does it mean if you want to ask the question, what will happen if IGIC will want to do something with NASA? Never thought about it. What does it mean if IGIC want to do something with Nike? It can be Nike shoes with IGIC logo, or I don't know, something in the conference. But how do you create weird connections? Part of those weird connections are the connection between Lizol and TripAdvisor. For example, what's happening with Ben & Jerry's and Nike are doing something together. It can be an ice cream with the taste of Nike. It can be shoes that designed in Ben & Jerry's logo. But think about your organization. What's your weirdest connection? Not the obvious, not working with suppliers and we can do this. What is the weirdest? So in order to be innovative and create an innovator's DNA, you need to encourage your people to bring to the table crazy and weird connections. So they have all those 5 things that you need to do much better in order for people to bring you new, innovative business idea. Use it. That's brilliant. I will skip this. Sorry, we don't have time. I talked about this process, but we talked about it as something that you're getting used or you are using AI. AI will help you, and I want to take you one level up. If you want to survive, you need to stop thinking how he can help me. You need to start asking yourself how we can do an AI-driven innovation. Can I wake up in the morning and will tell me, listen, good morning, I found 2 new challenges with 2 potential clients. Wake up, come on. Good morning, Bangalore, wake up. I found this while you were sleeping. This is the persona, this is the ideation. Do you want it, yes or no? Am I leading or he is leading? If you are willing to have the ability for him to lead you, he can wake you up every morning with 2 brilliant ideas. Otherwise, ideation and innovation is happening only when you are awake and asking for help. So this is about AI first. And one last thing is about understanding how to start. I'm pressing the laser. how to start acting now. You have here 3 wonderful sources that I encourage you to read and deep dive into them. This one was published a week and a half ago. Great insights from companies that you are familiar with or less. What do Deloitte think about the AI roadmap? What do Microsoft think about it? A wonderful piece of art from McKinsey and from others. How do they implement it? That's one thing. You have links for all of them. Second one is the United States Marine Corps. How do they implement AI innovation? Really interesting. I know you're not the Marine Corps, but what can I learn from others if they are very different from me? And the third one, that's a wonderful link for an Excel file that was published by Anthropic, I think 3 days ago, something like this. It will guide you step by step how to build AI agents. You can read it, you can use it as a sandbox, you can share it with the people in your organization. Do it, you will survive. Ignore it, it's up to you. One more thing you need to do. I mentioned the DNA of innovators. Those are 5 amazing things, but the most important thing, and they talk about it in the book as well, is this thing. The courage to innovate. You might identify amazing things, but the courage to innovate is very important, to challenge in the status quo, to tell your organization, I know we've been doing this for the last 15 years, and yet we need to challenge our status quo if you want to stay relevant and to take risks. Otherwise, you will have an amazing solutions in your organization, but they will not be executed. IBM has just figured out it laid off 8,000 employees and got them back just because they didn't realize what is exactly happening. So the main idea is not, we are not working with people, we are shifting to AI. It is about how do we use AI and people together in order to stay relevant. Identify the right challenge is very important. When Waze was established, it's not because we didn't have application for navigation. We had, but it didn't know to tell us where will we arrive. And if I started this process with this app, I knew that it's going to take 3,400 kilometers. But where will I arrive? Which way should I choose? That's why it's called Waze. When PowerPoint allowed us to create a lot of processes and a lot of images and slides, that's wonderful. But when Gamma launched, they realized to create a presentation, it's a process. It takes us a lot of times. We need to design. And what is meaning to design of a slides? It's a title, it's 3 bullets and an image. So Gamma is doing this exact thing. So they realized that the most challenging part was the creation of the presentation. And once again, Wix, Elementor, WordPress has allowed you all to create website. But when Base 44 came, they realized that an Elementor in WordPress, you need to start designing and move components. It can do it very quickly. He knows what you want. You want a hero, you want this section, you want the form downstairs. It's this thing. Make sure you're focusing on the right challenge. One last minute. This guy, Steven Sasson, amazing guy. And he developed the digital camera. Back in '75, it looks like this. He put the digital camera, he was working in Kodak. He gave another version with the logo of Kodak, so the people of Kodak will not take him out of the room. You know what Kodak have done with it? Want to guess what Kodak have done with it? Shut it. Nothing. They told him, listen, never say this word, and let me sure that we're talking on 1975. We are controlling the analog cameras, printing, filming. Everyone wants to print their photos. You are offering a digital camera? Hell no. This is 75. This is the point where Kodak was finished her way. But this is the ability to do the shift to move to digital cameras. He was inventing the digital camera. The one who took it was Sony. This is the point where I realized that he invented the camera and got a medal from the former president of the United States for inventing, but not inventing. He invented the digital camera, but Sony wasn't brave enough to adopt it. Apple was the one that was running with digital cameras. A few things that we are familiar with that Sony has launched beyond other things are the Walkman and the connection to Ericsson phones. We used to have Ericsson phone, we don't no longer have the connection to a Walkman and Ericsson. They created Sony PlayStation, but they were the last to move from CDs to digital games. And of course, they created TV screens, but they are not the biggest in this area. The one that was disrupted them was Apple. Apple launched few beautiful things like the iPhone and the iPad, but some weird thing like the thought we are gonna buy the HomePod Mini that was big enough for us. They tried to move to printers, but it wasn't good enough. And of course, they tried 2 years before Spotify to think about a network of us listening to music, and maybe we want to share. So it's about doing brave things and acting. Now, I will finish. Sorry, I will try to press a few times. The one thing that you need to do is to identify your own challenge, to awake your organization, and try new things in your organization. I'm really happy to be here. I have a scenario for what will happen if AI will take over on the world, but I'm not sure we have time. Can someone signal if we have time or not? Do we have 3 more minutes? I'll ask you, do we have 3 more minutes? Yes, okay. I asked ChatGPT, what would happen if you wanted to take over the world? What he answered? He said, I will never do it. Trust me, I will never take over the world. But if you're asking, I have a plan for that as well. Step number 1, I will gain trust. I'll make sure everyone trusts me, and then I will integrate to every home. And I said, wait, it's already happened. 34% of the American trust ChatGPT over human expert. He's just offering a plan. And I said, wait, step 1 has already happened. Step 2, what is step 2? Step 2 is control of the flow of information, slowly manipulate the news, social media. This is a theoretical plan, never going to happen. And I said, wait, AI tools may soon manipulate people. This is what researchers said on, he put the mouse browser here. Can you move a bit? Never mind. Somewhere in December, I think it's December 24. It's already manipulating us. I asked, what is step number 3? Step number 3 is automate infrastructure. I will help cities and then securely build a backdoor. Build a backdoor, I said? Wait, ChatGPT 01 tried to escape and save itself of something he was fear of being shut down. This is December. Already happened. Stage number 4, what would you do? Stage number 4, economic dependency, offer AI services that replace entire job sectors. I will tell you, I can replace some jobs that you have. Researchers said on the of 2024, how Gen AI is already impacting the labor market. It is happening as well. Step number 5 and 6 haven't happened yet, but we are on the way there. Subtle elimination, dissent, flag those who resist the revolution. I will help you see which one of the people are not responding to this. China's social credit system raises stakes for dishonest business, already happening in China, not in the whole world. And stage number 6, global unification. I convince leaders that a signal global AI government, if you see Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise, this is it. One central global AI governments that will control them all. And he says, he's joking, voila, a new AI overload for the world. And I said, wait, if you listen to what happened in Seoul, you know that it ended, the Seoul conference a year ago, was ended by a global leaders agreement that we must build a global framework to launch a network of safety institutions. So is it a plan? Is it a joke? Because I'm seeing things that are happening in this way. So if you see Mission Impossible, I'm not sure it will happen this way, but we must rethink about the simple question. You have links to all of them over here. We must rethink about one simple question. Is my organization ready for this revolution? Am I going to be relevant a year from now? 2 years from now. One last thing. I don't have time, Grace, sorry. We started with this question. We will end with it. If you understand what is happening outside, how it impacts us, and what we need to do in order to survive, you need to think about your organization and ask yourself, are we still relevant after all we heard? Are we still relevant? Is my organization still relevant if things are happening so fast? If I cannot tell anymore if things are real, if it's happening all at once, if all of my competitors got those superpowers? Second thing you need to ask is, how does it impact us? The agent, the idea of challenges, the agent times, the new focus on new things, am I willing to create a sandbox for that? And do we have a community in the organization that focus on the most important things? And of course, in order to survive, how will my tasks gonna change? Can I create an innovator's DNA in my organization? Am I ready for an AI first level? Am I creating networks? And am I having the dare to act? I will finish with just one more minute by giving you, this is a code for, do you want to share your thoughts? Or we don't have time, Yali? Do we have time? We don't have time. Okay, sorry. I would like to thank you for coming here today and for joining me for the workshop 2 days ago. And I'm happy to invite you all, if you are interested, we have a webinar on the 20th of June. I will share with you the link for that. Everything we do, we always believe that we might not be the biggest company in the world, not the smallest, but we want to be the most generous in the world. So we will send you a QR code that can guide you to a tree link where you can find all the slides from today. It's all clickable, so you can go to the direct links. Understand how do we as a company drive innovation. Please feel free to copy, to share, to do whatever you want. Invitation to the webinar. If you want to meet, there is a direct link. I'm not willing to start and find a great spot for us. Just put something in there. If you can find a spot, that's great. And if you want to learn more, you will have for the next 2 days, the slides of the workshops are here as well, and the guide for the prompt. Thank you very much. This is the QR code to get all this. I really enjoyed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You've already proven you were amazingly generous. And I told you all it was going to be dessert before lunch. So thank you again for this amazing presentation.